Okay, this is Mr. Furlan. We're going to try something new. I'm going to make some comments while I watch the video along with you, and we'll see how that does. So follow along, and we'll see how we do. Good, strong opening move. I always enjoy this move. I think it's one of the strongest parts of our show. Okay, interval between the third and fourth trumpet player on the bottom right. You need to watch these intervals right here, please, and all stop right together. Okay, again, we have some interval issues between the third and fourth trumpet player, and I think the fourth trumpet player missed the direction change, or actually I think they were early, or either the third trumpet player was late. And now I'm looking at the third trumpet player, not to pick on you too much, trumpets, but the third trumpet player is not in that line. So we need to make sure that that's perfect, especially when we have these angular forms all over the show. Okay, interval between the front saxophone and clarinet. Be careful about that. And woodwinds, that should be above a curve. Okay, see the interval between the second and third trumpet player? That's a pretty big interval. And now we're opening up between the third and fourth trumpet player again. Come on, folks. Interval control. We need to think about this. You know how to do it. Okay, alto saxes, your intervals are looking much better here. Good woodwind formation. Good ripple in the color guard. Thank you. Okay, brass, make sure you really step off strong for that move. That's a huge move for you. Looks like the far trumpet player in the far right, your steps are too big, and then you took little bitty steps there right at the end. Consistent step sizes, trumpet player on the far right. Okay, interval control. In the saxophones, intervals in the saxes. Splitting on, splitting on, splitting on with the brass right there, right? Now right here, where do you stop? Look at the trumpets at the very front. Look at the mellophones. See how the trumpets stop 2 counts early at the very front of that circle? That's very important. Okay, I really enjoy this pinwheel now. I think this is going to be a great change to our show. Good spiral. Much better job of interval control than when we first learned that, of course. Okay, intervals in the color guard, folks. Okay, you're right down front. You're in the very front. You have to keep your interval. And I think we have a color guard person in the wrong spot. Yep, she's moving back over. Okay, color guard, if you're going to be right down front here, we need to make sure and nail these spots. We can't be off by 5 yards. Saxophones, that's one of the better jobs I've seen. Look at those intervals right there. That's not too bad, to be honest with you. I appreciate that. You've been working harder and harder on that, and it's doing well. Okay, overemphasize your visuals. I think now, folks, you can see what the judge is seeing. This is what the judge is going to see, and you're very small in the field. So when you do work like these leans, see the leans you're doing right now, you have to overdo any kind of physical body movement work you do. It has to be overdone. If you're on a stage and it's a very small stage and there's only 50 people in the audience, they can pick up small movement. But this is a huge stage and your audience is 50 to 100 yards away. So overdo all of your body movement. Okay, low reeds. See how you're already in a straight line? You look like you're already in a formation. That's not what we want. So we need some of you to approach this formation you're in right now from a different direction. That's what's going to have to happen. Okay, up front color guard, overdo all those moves. Really overdo to make sure we can read them from far away. Okay, curve in the alto saxophone line. Make sure that is a curve. I think the second or third person back wasn't exactly in the curve, and now we see it doesn't quite look like a curve. Okay, low reeds, that looks like a straight line. That's all it looks like, it's just a straight line. I don't see any curve whatsoever. Trumpets, we don't really have a nice smooth curve. We have a very angular curve in the middle. Okay, we got to make sure we have that together. Again, trumpets, see, we're not smoothing out that curve. It should go from a curve into kind of almost a straight line with a slight curve. Intervals in the trumpets. Okay, interval between the 1, 2, 3, fourth saxophone and fifth saxophone. See that interval right there between the fourth and fifth saxophone, alto? I like the lightning in the background. That was a cool special effect. Maybe we'll get some GE for that. Okay, and the intervals look a little tight at the bottom of the mellophone section between the first and second mellophone. I know we have an extra person out there, but those intervals still look pretty tight compared to the interval between the third mellophone and the first trumpet. Also, the interval, I think I already mentioned this, between the fourth saxophone and fifth saxophone. Okay, nice slow rotation. Can you see the brass? Everybody should hit that line on the exact same count. Don't get there early. Take your time and hit that line together. Alto saxophones, come on, keep a straight line. Watch the alto saxes. See, the third alto sax totally missed the formation there. You need to follow the line with everybody else. There's another example where you need to overemphasize the visual element, the body movement. Right here too. Right together. Okay, good intervals in the woodwinds. Thank you. Okay, I'm not sure what the formation is with the color guard in the back with the rope. I'm a little confused, so let's make sure we clarify what that formation is and stay in formation. Okay, mellophones, we've got to fix this move right here. Mr. Gable, if you get a chance, you might want to address that since we have an extra person there, and I don't think they knew where they were supposed to go to quite exactly. Good rotation in the saxes. Good. I like the way the color guard is doing movement in the back and then in the front, but just sell it. You just have to sell that. Have confidence in the vocabulary that was written for you and really, really, really sell it to the judges because it's going to look great, color guard, if you go ahead and you really do that to the best of your ability. Ooh, make it all the way back, trumpets. Make it all the way back into that straight line mellophones. Okay, trumpets, that rotation looked a little odd. It's supposed to be a rotation, and then the rotation moves over on that move. Okay, name of the game right here is interval control. Okay, not too bad so far, but you have to hold your intervals. Oop, color guard members all step off together. The third flag in the front formation missed the step off. This is still all interval control. Looks like we had a problem in the mellophone interval right there. Stay in your group. Good. Okay, for as short a time as we've done this drill at the end, it does look very good. I'm going to be honest with you, and I appreciate that. Okay, looking at this last formation quickly, look at the bottom right. The third person on the bottom right looks like there's a huge interval behind them. On the upper part of the X, upper left, you can see that the last three people are really crowded together, and whoever the back person is needs to move back more to make sure that does look like an X. Maybe the people in front of you set the angle wrong, but that's too bad. You have to move back into the formation, and the interval of the back three people is incredibly tight. You can see that. At the front, not too bad. Looks like a little bit of a big space between the second person, and in the back left, or I'm sorry, the back right, we have a couple holes, and I think that'll be fine once everybody's here. Okay, guys, wonderful job on this. I hope you understand you're doing excellent work, and good luck on Saturday.